God, I hate daylight savings. I can't tell if I'm early or late. I think I might be early. Or there might be some event on, right? And that's why Talishar's not that buzzing. It's alright. I've got some other stuff to do. I want to work on my pack. Which is basically just some mindless typing. Also, why I haven't streamed. There's been a lot of work to do with that. And, well, it's one of my hobbies. We'll get a game sooner or later. Oh, there we go. Against Reiner. Well, we'll go first. I'm tempted to go back to running the amulet package as well. We'll see. Cash out and pick a card to start. So realistically, we'd want to wait and see if they use any of the discard cards, but what's the chance of them actually doing that? I guess it's not too bad because our hand isn't that great. Crown Dominion can go. It's early enough, so Tunic can go. We don't need gloves against Reiner. We just keep the boots. Yeah. We'll burn the lead the charge. I can't risk it. I need to use it, considering what we have. I really wanted to pass and see if they would discard, which I'm glad I didn't because they don't have anything. It's too reckless. One's not so horrible. Hey, fish. Yeah, I do like the pick card. Maybe cut out the yellow, right? Because the red you always play for upside. Because even if you get one, then it's fine. I mean, we're pretty happy. I would like, I know, just the fun of the amulets to sort of just speed up the deck. Because if you can just get one out on turn one, it is pretty decent. Okay, so it's Art of War first, off the performance bonus, and then hopefully draw blue to play the cash in. Yeah. Banish, go again. Usual. Bulgarian Tome. Another cash out, doesn't really matter. Keep the attack in case we get the other Art of War. Alright, now we should just start drawing. Hey, Brothers in Arms, you never know if I might play it. I mean, we have enough damage. I could cycle back the cash in to try and luck out. I don't think that's worth it this early. I'd rather just look. I need Encore or the other combo piece. Preferably on the other final act, because that's a bit problematic. I suppose I'm just going for one big one. Or I need to chance it with cards. Do I want cash in back? No, one card's not worth it. Just keep searching. We might draw into other draw. There's the Art of War. So we can get rid of the Remembrance with the gold, so that's fine. Also, floating's nice. I mean, we have a nice hand size, but scaling's not too much of an issue. Problem is not drawing any more draw. All the other pieces. Well, there's the Encore. So now it's just 1 in 3, whether or not the scaling messes us up, basically. Yeah, that's not so bad. Anything I could do? I don't want to play the Remembrance because then it cycles. I kind of want to, though, play the Mage Master so I can pitch, but that just seems dumb. Right, for 2 extra damage, I increase the Scaling Flesh Bag way too much. So we do that, they defend, and yeah, it's a 1 in 3. Let's see. Are we lucky? Come on. Ha! Perfect. Problem is breaks the chain and they have a lot of tanky equipment. I mean, they should have enough block. Defense reaction? No, alright. Sign off with a win. We'll take it. Means we'll swap to Riptide. Look for a game. Just go back and forth. Lay it down so I can see. Riptide should help wake me up, because I'm pretty knackered. Ugh. Cookies. Ooh. Here's what number 2 is. Isn't it a poisonous potato? Nope. Probably sound like I'm talking gibberish. Sure, it was a stinger. It should be in the files. Alright, we can do this first. Need to double that up. Absorption. Maybe I should try CNC. There might be more people with the season on. Practicing new decks now that Dromai is gone. Oh, there we go. Bravo. Yeah, Bravo's sort of okay. Letting us go first too. Memorial Ground Remembrance. So technically we could Nourishing and then just put it straight back on top of the deck. I mean, seems like an okay opener. They get to sink their hand. We also have 2 traps. I could wait 1 turn and then do it, I suppose. Rock Slide does help. Plus they might just set stuff up. Yeah, I think I shouldn't be too greedy. I think we wait 1 turn. We got Warmongers to buff it. We have enough to pitch into it though. Need to pitch 1, keep 1, play 1. Not really. Playing Imposing, that's interesting. Just to get a showtime. Curious. I should have the advantage because I'm starting to, aggress first. Quick card from your hand or arsenal, so I can sink the Rock Slide trap, which definitely helps. Means I don't have to use Deep Blue. So we go Mask, pitch the Collapsing, sink the Boulder trap. Yeah. Now we can go... It is an instant perfect. So we play it on our draw step to arsenal something. Or on their turn, I should say. We go Warmongers. Nope, Warmongers is bad. Because now it goes to the bottom, and we'd have a Mask. The damage is probably worth it, actually. Yeah, and we can just use them as arsenal fillers. Try and just get the intellect. That's what I'm trying to think about. Don't need either of them. Memorial Ground we want to save till later. Remembrance allows us to put Arsenal. Alright, 10 with Dominate, not bad. It goes to the bottom. Maybe the Memorial Ground was a stronger play. Only we have to get through all their equipments. The Quicken will come in handy, right? It allows us to swing, and we won't really proc it. We want the traps back. I want to Arsenal the Remembrance. Yes. In fact, I wanted to play it. 3 traps, not so bad. None of them, or one of them requires the Arsenal. Why is... I didn't hit. That's fine then, we can Remembrance it back. Yeah, we should be fine. We play Remembrance. Get our Nourishing Warmonger's back. Taking Heroes play to active reaction, so neither of them matter. Keep the yellow, I guess. They don't have resources too, so it doesn't trigger its effect, that wouldn't really matter. Why is it green? I guess because it hasn't been played on the link yet? Yeah. Interesting. I don't want to swing because I don't want to pop that. You can just stash the trap and wait till the Nourishing comes back around, basically. They're dominating again, it's fine. Spinal. We have... Problem is we're not getting the effects off. We have 6 block. Not that the go again really matters. It's the taking damage that kind of sucks. I think the Memorial Ground was the better play. Well, if Warmongers makes it hit, it goes back to the bottom. Memorial Ground would have let me put it back on the top, which means, you know, it would be active, this play. Now we're just gonna hemorrhage damage because of the Dominate effect. And technically I can block with 3 traps. So against Bravo, I think it's worth us just getting rid of everything. I need to be drawing the traps, or I need to be drawing the Nourishing. Do I want the lead charge back? Not really. Yeah, still only 2 traps. Let's go on 2 more. What? We have 7? So it makes it do 4. That's bad. Not buff 2. The hit effect, they can't pay for. Yeah. Okay, that's fine then. I mean, we're getting burn damage, so that's something. Also taking a hefty amount ourselves. We can 3 trap now, which is nice. Reel in and tome. And there's a chance we could really recover next turn. Can't draw cards. Doesn't have go again, doesn't have greater than. Yeah, so the problem is our traps are just not having an effect. So let's play that, definitely. And it's real in. A3. Hope to get more traps with the Buzzsaw and then just stash the tome to recover a little. We do get 3, so that helps. So we take the 5, block. No reaction, no greater than, but greater than could happen. I think they just out DPS us, because they can attack every turn. Just tome, Cycle away the premeditate. Reel in straight away. Allows us to arsenal something. Does that help us? It might. Ah, there's Command and Conquer. I can only get trapped, so there's no way for me to get to enough block. Fortunately. And a pummel. Yeah, Nourishing's not going to come around in time. I think the Memorial Ground play actually was the issue. Because if I had Nourishing on top, I could have, you know, tried and gone back and forth with the aggression. There's Nourishing and Plunder. We'll see what happens. Did I missequence that? No, I don't think I did. Yeah, Plunder run into the arsenal. Take 2. We don't have enough resources to swing, which is unfortunate. We're 1 short. We waste the Quicken token. Oh well. Right, we don't have to attack from the arsenal, yeah? Yeah. Still have such taking equipment, though. Another sink? Yep. Well, ground kind of helps. It's just a 4. And then you're just going to slow. There's definitely Memorial Ground, get the Nourishing for the turn after. Rock Slide. I mean, they have the resource to pay, but we still get the burn damage. Suppose I could just double trap it and wait. Suppose it depends what their back card is. They do have Tunic up, but I don't think they have any 2-cost attacks. So we get Nourishing and hopefully some traps. Nope, we get our big swing turn. We can survive by just blocking 1, which we can't. Well, does 4, so it's exact. So I'd have to give up the Warmonger's Recital with it. Tunic. See, this is... I understand what they're doing, and obviously I'm fully okay with it. Where Talishar, you know, is a little bad. It's an instant proc, so you should be able to use it, no? Right? Because that's the call. That's the Warmongers. But it does kind of change how I block, no? Because if he is just going to pay... Or I could still have the option double trap if he pays. And that's still my reaction afterwards. I think he missed the timing again. No, now. Yeah. Alright, because from hand... it's fine. I mean, I like that we survived against Bravo. Throwing out the dominate every turn. And I do think it's more me. And weaving the nourishing and the traps. The Memorial Ground early on was definitely the better play. Because once it goes into the deck, obviously that's better than it being in the graveyard, the Nourishing Emptiness. But then it just becomes a big hassle of, well, when am I going to draw it? And we used Reel into Shuffle too, so then it's just, we don't know with the other Nourishing. I believe I run 2 in the Blitz, I can't remember actually. Might be worth chucking in Sink Belows for a bit more tankiness. Although realistically, we want just something with a solid block that isn't a defense reaction, since we have a ton of defense reactions already. Ranger never got any block cards, right? Well, not yet, at least. You just take Tests of Strength because it's a 4-block. But then we basically always concede them the gold. It's a 4-block, give your opponent gold. That does not seem good. We don't really want to attack because that messes up the graveyard too. Fate for Scene comes to mind. Not Fate for Scene, what's the other one? Whispers of the Oracle comes to mind. We do need some way to sort of play around the Command and Conquer, Exude Confidence, third one that I can't remember the name of. Could take Starting Stake. And the gold is somewhat helpful. Floating a resource. And then, yeah, it's a 3-block. That's the thought. Otherwise, yeah, just Whispers to opt, which could help us find the Nourishing. So that could be nice. And you take the red. And you forget the H. Yeah, opt for. Put in the maybe. What would I cut? Probably the lead the Chargers. Because I think this is just way too greedy, right? Because this is trying to Nourishing or Nourishing swing. But the only thing that triggers the action point is the Nourishing. And you have to have it at the exact same time. And it's blue, so chances are you're more likely to want to pitch it away. It might be a little bit better. So you can either block for 3 or just help cycle the deck and find the Nourishings. You now we have more wiggle room. I suppose I could also just take the Sigils. Are the Sigils better? Because they allow me to put more traps. I guess the sigils are kind of better. Sleep in the maybe for now. Old and perfect. Fun match. It's a fun deck. I'd rather play them with Riptide rather than repeat. Gambler's Ghost stays, everything else stays. I think we're fine. Yeah. Wow. That's helpful. In fact, I can use one pick a card, see if they have any of the wind-ups, and then pass. And then use the other one. That's not so bad. They do not, but they do have a duplicate. We like that. Now we just want them to low roll. And it's probably worth swinging and getting rid of the eye straight away. Because it works out to more draw. I'm going to pass on both of those and try and look for the combo pieces. So our deck is actually 34 cards, technically. I need like a counter that tracks that for Melody. Poison the Well. So I love the idea of Poison the Well. If it wasn't turn, if it was the next time, and just stays forever until they, you know, pop their sigil, that'd be so fantastic. But definitely a good suggestion. Brony. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Arse at Phonetics. Alright, we got the Art of War in the Reliquary card. We have a yellow, which isn't that great. You have to take the Remembrance for the longer games, where one final act doesn't cut it. The question is, well, depending on how they roll. If they high roll, then we can go for it. If they low roll, then we can just pick a card. Art of War, that's a good one to intimidate away. Come on, low roll. Please. So it's doing 12 and 2, it's doing 14. So we've Rally the Regard, which is 5, so that's a 9. I mean, we live, so I don't really need to use the Gamblers on this one. What's the effect? Draw a card and discard? No. But less than 2 non-equipment cards. I have to double block it, which we can do. It's not worrisome. Right? Less than 2 non-equipment cards. I think we let it slide in case they high roll in the next turn. Ah, Dominate. I forgot about Dominate. That's worse. The go again means they just swing with the claws, which I can still block. It's not horrible. I forgot this gave Dominate. Right? What? Now what gives it Dominate? I'm confused. That gives it Dominate. Anyway, discard. Definitely Remembrance. Taking 9 still sucks though. And then possibly 3. Pulping itself, yeah. I'm pretty sure it's another barraging, right? Or did they sink that? Naughty. Naughty Talishar. It's tempting to click it again. It's gotta be just a swing, right? it's not just a swing. But we're not gloving that. But it's a low pulping, so it's not so bad. They should probably Gambler's Gloves. They didn't. Alright, we're going another turn. I'm definitely blocking. And we're just hoping our Gambler's Gloves gets us out of the next turn. It's a little annoying, because I want to play pick a card, right, for a little bit more silver. It's also nice just to have it, right? If we used it on that other one, they'd be more inclined to use theirs. I feel like you'd knucklehead. Because you're way ahead, but I guess not. Double Encore. Not quite correct. The Tunic will be up, so we can use Tome. As long as they low roll, we've got a chance here. We have a ton of silver and gold on board. It's whether or not they can string stuff together again. They didn't start with the scab skins. I mean, technically we don't want to block with anything. Well, maybe the Encore. It's a +4 to... We're definitely making sure we can't block. On the upside, we know it's not another pulping. The 4... They got a... Yeah, now it's a 5. 5 is double, so I have to. Good. Why is it... If this gives them a higher number, I'm going to be upset. It's not. Why did it ask me twice? Do we get a double dice effect somehow? That was weird. Alright, so we just try to pop off. Start with the Mage Master. It's the Encore, we don't need both. It could lead to upside. No, it's not worth it. Maybe it's home. Loved it to be in the arsenal. And we're both Art of War, so we're doing Spring Tunic. We're going Art of War. Again, always discard. I should say banish. There's the final act, so we're happy. I'm actually going to pop the gold first. Right, because I really don't like losing hand size. Just leads to bad decisions. And we have enough silver where I'm kind of happy. Alright, then we get the cash out. We're even happier. So this should be successful. It's fine. If we draw another red, we're screwed though, actually. So it's not as fine. So we have both pick a cards still left in the deck. We have a 2 and 21 to just ruin ourselves. 2 and 20 to ruin ourselves. 2 and 19. Is this enough damage? It's the yellow. Well, I can't use the silver, so we stop there. Yeah. I mean, technically we could... They don't have much, they've a little bit of temper. And it's actually kind of worth playing around. Yeah, we don't be greedy. This should be enough damage. 36, right? 32, 12, yeah, so even if everything is 3 block, we're fine. See, it's fun to play the odds. Do they run defense reactions? No, you're a meme deck. Is anything greater than a 3 block? Ah, good. Three and a 3. 3 and a 3. Yeah, so if we played Encore, then they would have had 2 extra block. Which is why you really want 2 final acts in a row. It's going to be a 4. Show us. I want to see what it is. Really? Isn't there like a brute one that's like 6 or something? Or 5? Eh. Win's a win. Back to Riptide. We'll see how Whispers goes. So do I. The Lanza. We got it twice, too. Ooh, against Azalea. You do like traps against Azalea. It's kind of worth trenching, because it's usually a bit longer. Is there a same to you button? I'd rather a same to you. Do they actually attack? Because our hand's very much... we want to get rid of it. And do some burn damage while we're at it. Alright, so 2 burn effects. Seeker's leggings. This is budget Azalea. Interesting. The Dominate's kind of annoying. There's the Lace. It's not a reaction though. We don't have a greater than. Yeah, that's a bad start. And it's Dominate, right? Because it was the one from the deck. Alright, so it's definitely Perch Grapplers and no hit effects. These are all on hit. Yes, perfect. Alright, we're happy. I still want to avoid the damage though. Do I double trap it? I still double trap it to avoid. I mean, technically, no, because it's an action. They'd have to use it first. We'll keep the yellow. I want to get rid of my hand, though, because we want to be able to do something. But the tripwire is pretty clutch here. Yeah, opening is slightly grosser than ours, too. Right, because we just do a Dominate for 8. Yeah, kind of sucks though, because it's using up all my luck. We'll see if we can get a 3rd in a row. We're not having any luck with Riptide though. Alright. Reel in. It's really not worth going for it. Basically just stash the Pitfall and see what they do. Alright, we're just top heavy with traps at the moment. Which kind of sucks because it means all our buff cards are clumped. I'm not saying I cheat, but like in person, you definitely lay your deck before you shuffle it. With this type of deck. I need to be less tempted to use the mask. I need to save it as like the clincher. Play reactively until we can push a decent chunk of damage. They dominate again, at least we can go Pitfall, 1 trap, another trap, reel in, another trap, basically. So we have a way to just block for max. And we have reactions, we have greater than. Greater than is probably what we want most. It's a naked searing. So it's not worth the pitfall trap. Probably worth getting rid of the reaction traps. Don't want to take the 2. Probably just want to take the 2. We'll get rid of pendulum. Keep the blues. Just give me 1 buff or nourishing, and then we'll go on the aggressive. Plunder run. Perfect. There'll be 2, 4, it'll be dominate for 10. They have 1 prevent, that's it. +3. Greater than, so Buzzsaw shuts it down. We need to get Pitfall out of the arsenal though as well. Which is annoying because I'd like the 2 damage from it. What we need is... How do I get Plunder Run into the arsenal? I play Pitfall first and Buzzsaw, then put Plunder Run. Search your deck for an arrow and reload. I put on top, right, and then they can use Azalea to gain it dominate. But Buzzsaw's fine here, right, because it should shut down. They get Azalea's spec. Right, or Remorseless. If they have Remorseless, then we're kind of screwed. We probably have Remorseless. We're sad, not because of the damage, but because we can't get rid of Pitfall Trap. I suppose I can sync it with the mask. And then use Reel In to put Plunder Run into the arsenal. They're buffing it. It's an interesting pick. I think they are. They're a commoner or budget deck, right? So far they've only been... I can't even see. No, Notch is superior though, isn't it? Supreme? What were the S's? Anyway, 10 would dominate, that becomes a 5. So, yeah. Sorry. At least they have the resources to pay. We just Buzzsaw straight away. Now you give them a prompt, see what they do, and then Buzzsaw. They took the damage, that's interesting. Wonder what they're saving. Plunder Run into the arsenal. The Plunder Run is free, yes, perfect. Okay, so it's just Mask, Bitch, either, doesn't really matter. They both cycle around. Take the other. Get our Nourishing. Then we want to draw into Codex so we can keep up the aggression. Play Plunder Run. Yeah. White Gauntlets. And then Dominate. For a 10. Which I'm going to assume they only block for like 3. We get the draw, so we get to Arsenal something, and then we get 5 more cards. This is where we sort of want to, yeah, steamroll. We can even hold off and use Memorial Ground. And play it a lot slower. Probably better to play it a lot slower. I suppose you could go the other way too, Codex, and then use Memorial Ground. I guess that's kind of better. We don't have any way to buff it, so it's just a 6 with Dominate. Which I think against their deck just gets through. So we just have to clear the Arsenal. We're fine to do. Right, greater than, go again, greater than. Even if they dominate, it's still 2 traps. I'm trying to think if it's better to play one from hand or one from the Arsenal. If they choose to do nothing, which, again, they probably wouldn't, but they could, then we'd want a Spike Pit. Oh, no, they're looking for an arrow. Okay, Searing Shot with Dominate. But no go again. In which case, it's still just Spike Pit and then one other. Actually, the go again trap would have been the better pick against Falcon Wing. Because then we get the burn damage. They're not like Searing Shot. It's kind of good, right? 4 and Dominate. If it hits, do another 1. Does mess up them being able to, you know, attack twice. So I guess that's the issue. Oh, they have Lace. Okay, so now greater than's active. But we're not using Boulder Trap because I need 1 card to discard. I need 1 card to pitch. So it's just Inertia and the Spike Pit, yeah. We take the damage, but it's fine. It doesn't matter about the Arsenal slot. Although it's probably always correct to go Spike Pit into Inertia, in case you have to re-Arsenal something. So, reaction? Although this is probably off the lens, or maybe the damage prevention. We still throw it back to them. We'll be more patient with the sequencing, and then we do Spike Pit Trap. The Codex, get rid of the Frailty, pitch the Bolt Trap, play Nourishing, and then Memorial Ground? Memorial Ground, no, I have to break the Chain Link in order for it to go back to the deck. Yeah, so we just do it on our end step anyway. After the Ponder token procs, because then we should draw into it, no? I hope this isn't one of their first games, because this deck is not a good showing. I think like a Bravo that just beats them down in 4 turns would have been nicer. Okay, they just conceded. Interesting. Well, we'll take it, but I would have liked to just get Nourishing for 3 turns in a row. Would have felt good. Alright, let's see if we can get another win with Melody. Or if the lucks run out. there any more spoilers? Because I know there was talk about the weapons. Right, they were on the Living Legend page. Everyone's griping that he gets a bow staff. Against Darnadol. Yeah. I mean, the Pika cards are all much better. That's kind of nice. Watch as we don't draw any, though. This is the point where they're all just at the bottom of the deck. Yep. Do they forget their adaptive plating? Interesting. I mean, it's pass and wait a turn. I was gonna say I can go for it. It's the pick a card. Which is annoying, because now it doesn't make me want to go for it. It makes me want to wait a turn. I don't really have cards to let go of. And block with Ripple Away to buy a turn. Problem is now they have the Monocle. Is this the one I'm thinking of? No, that's not the one I'm thinking of. Is it worth it though? Right? Because doesn't Warrior just have much better weapons than a 2 cost? I know the damage point is good. Yeah. And stacking protection too. I like the parrying blade, or just the ability to have 2 one-hands. Might work out better. Alright, was this worth it? Do we get any silver off of it? We get 1. That was not worth. I should have just held the Ripple Away and gone for it. Because they can become so tanky. It's problematic. This is probably the weakest we're going into the combo. Ah, there. That's what I was thinking of. Microprocessor. So right now they only have Prevent 1. Well, Prevent 2. Have it hybrid with wager attacks. Yeah, okay. So yeah, salvaging the 1 resource over the axe. Plus, there's a lot more sword buff cards, no, than axe buff. Temper and just any warrior weapons are going to go way up. It's got to make Olympia a big, viable deck now. It's either super tanky or just has way more efficiency. Right, Tunic first, and probably the cash in off of the eye. Yeah, doesn't float anything for the Art of War, but hopefully we draw. Asking about the deck, I assume. Meme hero for days. Yeah, I think they missed out on especially some shots. We haven't been using the Foundry Heart, which is definitely big. Come on, draw cards. Show me a tome. Ooh, it's a guaranteed blue, which we like. I think it's definitely keep the cash in. Maybe not the Fighting Spirit. Maybe Cycle, because we're still looking for Final Act. Well, there's the cash out, so that helps. I'm still going to keep the Mage Master, because we have decent draw. And I'm going to... I could cycle with the gold, but I'm going to cash in with the gold. Just keep a big hand size. Yeah, now we can just go Art of War. Pitch any, float resources for the combo, banish and go again. And maintain 4 cards. We just cycle. And I kind of just want to get rid of the Remembrance for the sake of getting rid of the Remembrance. We could also bring back the 2 cash-ins. That's kind of greedy. We get rid of Remembrance. Come on. Encore's bad. Show us Final Act. Well, it looks like it's a bust. Yep. Twin Drive. Of course not. Wow. Luck had to run out, unfortunately. You had a nice chain going too. And watch, you'll be in the hand we draw next. If it was 1 card deeper, I'll be gutted, right? Because then, if I hadn't burnt the gold for cash in, we probably could have got that 1 card deeper. You need to move the pass button. Now I have to think. Well, we don't need Encore because the 2 Final Acts are in 20. I think it's the Eye, definitely Remembrance, and then it's just blue attacks. Was it in the next 4 cards? Okay, we're not as gutted. But what is our win con? We still have a little draw off of Tome. We still have some pick a card, so we can still get some silver back. Zach has bad odds. And that's what, less than a 10% chance to get the combo. At least we're tanky enough now. But they should be shooting more. So you crank. Yeah, and did get go again, did get go again. Did they crank? I don't think they cranked it. I guess we're playing a wage gold. So we'll sink one. And then play the other. Problem is I can see too much HP in the start. There's the call. But I don't think they're cranking. What's it usually say when they crank? The crank? Because I have 2 resources floating, so it's already 2. I suppose they're not trying to shoot, I guess. It's doing 8, so I'd have to fully block and then still take a ton of damage. Maybe it was keep the nastiest prize, so at least we could attack with something. But we did get the combo off twice, so... happens. I'm curious how many cards away the final act was. And watch them be right next to each other. Well, there's one of them, so it was 7 cards away. So there's no possible way on earth we could have gotten to it. And I would have had to wait like 2 turns. Well, probably more, because I would have kept draw pieces still. So we can't feel too bad. I wonder if Sword Cheyenne is going to be a thing. Thinking about it with Olympia's new spec. No, because you need all the base warrior cards. There's really not any other weapon you really care about in China. I suppose just for equipment it could be really good. We still have to wait and see how they rule in relations to the duplicates. Because if you have duplicate equipment, then Olympia's going to be busted. If you can't have duplicate equipment, then Olympia's still going to be busted, just not as much. It's whether or not you just take the best in slot 3 times, or just high defense gear, I guess. But I could see in Cheyenne taking, you know, like the brute stuff, all the gimmicky plus stuff, and then going into a better set of equipment. Like you Knucklehead, what else could you do? Just take some of the buff braces. So I don't say good game enough. I really should. You no longer get the prompts. Yeah, that's fine. No, it's tempting, because I do like Cheyenne. I haven't played it in a while. What exactly could you do with fancy equipment? I mean, you could just re-equip gold, I suppose. I mean, it's a temp, so you block with 2, you then swap it back in for another shield. That's kind of decent enough in itself. But like, yeah, Knucklehead. Just don't have access to that much. I'm sure there's some decent generic equipment you could have some fun with. But all that really comes to mind is tankiness. I think overall it just is a higher health pool, which is good. Because even with the Knucklehead, you can block once with it and then use it and then re-equip. For Cheyenne, that's definitely going to go a lot longer way. First or second? I'm pretty sure we go first, but we just concede the first. Ooh, but we have Plunder on straight away. We have to play it from the arsenal. How do I get in the arsenal? That's the question. Suppose we just use Reel In. Maybe get cards to pitch with. Or I could burn the Memorial Ground to get into there. But I'd rather go Plunder Run and then play Memorial Ground at the end step. But I think it's Reel In 3 for 2 and try to hedge our bets. Or we just wait a turn. You know what? I'm going to wait a turn. Yeah, I'll wait a turn. I think I have better upside. Unless we draw crappily. But I can Reel In off the Remembrance now. That's not so bad. Because we don't want to give them just dump their hand and get cards back. Reaction cards. One or more attack cards. Reaction cards are kind of bad. I guess they just use them and burn the Flick Knives. Well, it's definitely not worth using the traps. But I need to get Pitfall out of the arsenal. I'll do what I want. I'm going to use Uzari. I'm going to take a 3. Not yet. Into... It's +4. So go Pitfall, for starters. They've got the resource, so unfortunately they can just pay it. I think we still Reel In off the Remembrance, and that way we can put Plunder Run into the arsenal and save the Memorial Ground. Potentially get enough cards to then play. So we're doing it for 2. Come on, 2 traps. Plunder Run into the arsenal. No, we do it once we get the reload step. This deck takes too much thought. We don't get any. So that sucks. But we knew what was coming up, and this was actually pretty decent to just hold on to. I think we still have to go for it because we have to attack back. So it's play Plunder Run. Use Deep Blue. Play the Mask. Play the Gauntlet. Wait, does Reel In shuffle first? Oh, I suppose if you don't take any traps, you don't shuffle. That's actually really good then. Because it's sizable opt. If you don't actually take traps. At least they're Uzari, so I don't believe they run defense reactions. So that means we do know Codex is coming up. So I'm happy with the non-memorial round. Vampire defense reaction? No. We put Premade 8 into the arsenal. It's sort of like us just banking on taking damage. I need the draw. What happened to the Codex that we saw? Well, it did shuffle, and we just got lucky into the same draw. So we put it on the top of the deck. Does that help us at all right now? No. We still have decent traps we can play. I assume these count as reactions? Yeah. So I'm guessing we'll perch it, because we need to buy time. But you can always just flick to make the effect happen. See, if they're smart, they just let backstab through because it's 2 free damage. Yeah, and Razor's Edge. And worse, I can't actually get nourishing into our hand because we have too many traps. Doesn't matter when we play Moor ground. It has no effect next turn. We play it on our turn. And all we can do is swing. Really? Trench. Fish's Trench. Play Memorial Ground. Play Talishar. Block with... probably the Tar Pit. No, pitch the Rock Slide because we can block with all 3 traps. And now we draw the Nourishing. But it still sucks because we don't have a way to put it into our arsenal. Yeah. So the premeditate for the 1 extra draw was definitely the wrong choice. Because I could have also burnt the premeditate to put traps in the arsenal. Takes a little too much thought. But there's the Nourishing. It's kind of just trap and wait. Maybe hold the yellow so we can Talishar again. I don't know if 6 block is enough. Interesting. Now opening with the Nerve Scalper? Is it Assassin? It is, so they can give it go again, but that's if it hits. Reaction? If they use a reaction, we just triple. And hopefully it has greater than and go again. I think we throw out the 2 go agains and hope they still buff it, and then we can inertia. I'm trying to think how we get the burn damage across. And is just hoping that they buff it. I know I want to keep Tar Pit though. That sucks. It's not on hit. See, I want to run Spreading Plague. Right, this setup in new with Spreading Plague seems attractive to me. Do I just get rid of it to get rid of it at this point? Because it's a red, we don't care about red. It's no burn damage though. I'm really punished. I should have kept the Tar Pit trap. And there's no way for us to even play the Nourishing. So we have to take 4 damage. I don't have the resources. We get Tome. Not a good hand. Yeah, but premeditate in our arsenal. Not having Trench is our downfall. It feels like. Basically just have to try to survive until we get another buff card. Or be able to hold a blue to then play the Nourishing. I feel like they just buff it again. Right, and we're screwed. No, they're swapping it out to a Humble. All we're doing is buying turns. You could still have a reaction too. Another spreading plague would be a nightmare. They're flicking for damage, but then that also minuses. Couldn't they have used Nerf Scalpel to take 2 off as well? Next time they defend with... I guess it's already defended. Being at 3 is not good, but there's the Plunder Run. So technically we can go premeditate Plunder Run, Nourishing Emptiness, but fortunately we're probably dead. Yeah. They're just gonna damage us down like that. They pay the 1, and then Flick Knives is 2. They basically have another hurl. They should have a way to get 1 damage across. They have Shred. That works too. Well, very unfortunate. Premeditate just gunked us up. I mean, more Mage Master on call. But the Olympia doesn't have Go Again, doesn't have anything working for it other than the equipment. Yeah, it's an action. No Go Again. I mean, you can use Mage Master into it. 0 cost seems to be the big point of contention to me for this card. Against tanky. Might not end well, either. Yeah, winning streak is over. Well, it's nice to see the Command and Conquer get cycled away. We definitely don't like Arsenal Disruption. We can stash the Tome, which is good too. But we need a ridiculous amount of damage against Yoji. And we need the 2 final acts, not the encore. Well, there's 1, so that's something. Just give me silver. Give me max silver. They have another CNC, so that's an awful. They also have Fate for Scene, just tanky stuff. Look at that, 7. God. We got 1 silver. I can't put the Tome or Final Axe. Nasty Surprise would be great here. But it's kind of... Burn the Ripple away? Put the Ripple away in the arsenal, or we can burn it anyway. Here's Cash Out. There's Command and Conquer, so that was expected. If only it was Nasty Surprise. Nasty Surprise would have really helped out here. Curious they didn't give me the instant prompt to play Ripple away. Do they still swing? No. So is it worth cashing out now? We know the other CNC is on the bottom, so it is probably worth cashing out now and putting the Tome. The good thing is their damage isn't super high. It's actually probably worth getting rid of the Tunic as well. But I can just Tome and not go into draw, and be sort of happy with that too. Yeah, especially because we get nothing. What do I do? I think it's double lead the charge, and then we just use the tunic for the time. We don't even use the Mage Master. And just gain life back. Because again, we have to just find the completely optimal setup to make this work. There's the other cash out, so that's kind of nice. A movable definitely goes to the arsenal. So it's just the unmovable. Then we'd play performance bonus, I think. And I can still cash out the tunic and the boots now that Tome is gone. I mean, I can't see them giving us the gold. Problem is, once we put tunic into the arsenal, then it gets a little bit sad. Might have been worth keeping the tunic. But I need to do like 50 damage in order to actually beat Yoji. Especially once they start getting the sigils off. I mean, the optimal turn is when they have sigils in hand. There's double pick a card, so that's helpful. The 8 damage is awful. Also awful that we can't get the bonus. I guess we're taking the 6, because I need to build silver. Build silver and just thin down our deck. Brothers in Arm is nice. Some guaranteed defense. They have Respite, Peace of Mind, and the Mantra Grande. Mantra Grande definitely help us out. Triple Peace of Mind, okay. I don't know why they didn't show up, but it's there. It's unfortunate, we could have had 12, which kind of would have been enough. So, I think we go for it at this point. With 20 cards, we can draw through 10 of that. Yeah, let's definitely go for it at this point. Since we know they're just swinging. They have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 12 with Peace of Mind plus the regen. They're not lower. Say they have a 7, that's 18. Say they have a 3 and a 3, that's 24. So we need to do at least 40... It's 50. 50 point damage, just straight up. Do 50 points of damage and we're happy. So... how do I play this? I mean, 10 cards is still bad odds. I mean, I guess we just draw through silver first. But I think now's the right time. I think one more turn just opens up too many possibilities. They gave us the Titan Fist, so it's got to be this turn. Remembrance sucks. What do we even want to cycle back? The pick of cards? No, the deck's too thin, so that sucks. Probably cashing in off of... There's the Encore. That also sucks, because again, we don't want to attack separately. The yellows suck. Go again. Draw 2. At least we're floating 1. But then a red. This is the worst sequencing. If I can get to cash in, then we're okay. Game hates me. Game just hates me. The game likes me. The game just likes me. The correct play here, though, we're not going to get to enough damage is the issue. is we do the gold, we get rid of Encore and pick a card. We hope to get cash in off the silver to go back positive draw, and then still go 2 more. That's the best play. Float the 1, because then if we draw other stuff, it's fine. Yeah, see? Oh, I misplayed that. Gold. I have to float. For that exact reason. Because I said it, I don't feel bad about undoing it. Oh no, we're screwed anyway. Never mind, doesn't matter if we floated. It's not enough damage. We had everything set up, just we drew horribly. Yeah, it's 34, which is definitely not going to be enough. 36. I suppose we have silver to go into it again if we get the Encores back. And now we have the Quicken. I suppose there is a... No, because Quicken's about to activate. There's only a sink below. But still, it's not enough damage. And we lose the Quicken, which sucks. If we... Oh, they're pitch as well, thank God. But it's still not enough. Right, 5 off of 4 cards. Unless they have to pitch into defense reactions. No, but it's already been played, so it doesn't. Yeah, we had the silver too. We could have won this. It's still fairly low though, but so are we. They don't get the +1 either, right? We have 4 silver left over. So, both Encores are needed. Then attacks. Then the immovable. And then I guess the pick cards. There's the cash in. How do we do this to win? How many cards away was Encore? That's the better question. Definitely cash in off of 2 blues. To start off. I don't think we can get to the Encores. Maybe we can. Well, we can with Opt now. We need both of those. It works out to more draw if I don't cycle them. Vanish, go again. Actually, the cash in we probably need to get rid of. At 3 cards, we have to play the 2 Encores. We have to play the 2 Encores, that's 2 resources. We have to play the 2 Final Acts, that's 2 resources, that's 4 cards. So even if we maintain 1 card, that doesn't work. Right, so we have to cash in off the silver here. Which means I draw 1 to see what we get. Were we 2 cards away from the Encores? That's what I need to know. I can't remember. We weren't. I did all that for nothing. At least we can double weight gold. That's not enough. Was there a way for me to get to the Encores? If I'd played cash in, I could have gone to 1 Encore. Maybe that would have been enough. I doubt it though. I needed to, I need to cycle away the cash in with the eye. And then I could have done 3 more draws. I'm not going to wager. There's still chances. Making me feel bad for not picking the wager. But he wants to attack. So we want pick a card. And attacks and tankiness. There's also still Remembrance, isn't there? Yeah, we're 1 card off Encore, so I misplayed. We want to get to the red picker cards and we want to get to Encore. Barondale's is no longer active. I can just Encore back the Wage Golds and attack with them for higher damage. We have to high roll. It's the only way I see this working out. So it's actually getting rid of the... No. There's a better way to play this. Play 1 Encore. It's the nasty surprise. Get back a final act. We don't want the final act yet. That's the big thing. So I want the other one. If I get the other one, I can pitch away both final acts. So yes, I do. So we need to get to the red picker cards. Try to restock silver. One final act wouldn't have KO'd. We know that though, but it would have done some damage. There's 2 bigger cards, so Remembrance is coming up next. And just play the Unmovable. Problem is we're going to be running out of cards. Is there any... I can Remembrance back or lead the charge. Yeah, that allows us to chain the 2 final acts together. Okay, so that's the win con. We need silver here, and then we need the lead the charge. Sink blow. 1 is not good. Healing Balm would have been great. Sink blow. So we could have potentially had 5 silver there. We can also Remembrance back the picker cards. We also have a maximum amount of damage. And he's just restoring. Does this make you shuffle? Yes, perfect. So it's definitely lead the charge, and I am going to go crazy, and I'm going to pick the 2 reds. And we just want to draw them before he KOs us, basically. I need to stop picking Sing Blow. We don't play performance bonus. Yes! The game loves us. We know his hand is mostly tanky. Okay. Give me silver. Give me silver. He is super tanky though. Debilitate. Unmovable. You win. He wins. It's not enough damage unless we got the silver. Because we had to basically draw through our entire deck. You got rid of the defensive cards, that's interesting. Yeah, so right now, this is basically all we do. We're looking for lead the charge. We eye. We just had more silver. We'd be happy. Right, because now I can go performance bonus, final act, lead the charge. Oh, that is wrong. That first, because it's an action. We don't want to disrupt the chain. Just, it's unfortunately not enough damage. We could have just dug 2 cards deeper. So we're missing out on 8 damage, basically. Yeah. Eight damage wouldn't have mattered. When he started recovering was when we lost. I just had the worst pick a card calls. That's how it goes sometimes. I'm curious to see how much damage we push though. With that, we bow out. Our final act concluded. So we pressured 73. It's actually not that much. Only I had a bit more silver. Very fun match. Made me think rather than just bingo. Oh, you haven't seen Final Act? Wow. GG. Ooh. One more game. Maybe we'll get a win with Riptide. Yeah, so Mage Master Boots, even in Olympia, seems like a interesting idea, right? Because then that's your guaranteed go again for your equipment, right? If you have 1 extra gold, you re-equip them back. Don't mind me dropping stuff. You can re-equip them back. And it's, yeah, it's already a 0 cost. Then 2 for 4. You get up to, what, 15 swings in Classic Constructed? I mean, you take, like, Jank Gear, too, that you just want to proc for the effect. You just aggro Sword Olympia. Yeah, a ton of gold, re-equip Vest, re-equip Talishar, swing a bunch more. But it is a tag action card, I suppose. But see, that in Cheyenne is an interesting idea. To re-equip that. You know, let's build Jank. Jank Cheyenne. You definitely take Crown for the gold, you definitely take the shield. Deck, inventory. What does it say? When you equip, create a gold token. Yeah, so it is just a free gold token back. I guess then you take the flail. I really like the flail in this sense. Because any attack action too, yeah. That with all the big attacks could be cool. Goliath Gauntlet for buffing. I mean, the Wager Gold is also nice. Plus then, yeah, it's Temper. Maybe that's better than Crown. And then just the Mage Master. Right, that's your 2 sets of equipment. So you don't really need extra shields or crown. It's very close. It's interesting because there is decent frontage on this property. I'll be back. Yeah, so that is mowing here. Means I have to contact the real estate agent. Renting, by the way, right? But very confusing. Because the size of the property we asked, are we doing upkeep or you? Because we're paying like above average for it as well, so it makes sense. And they said, no, you gotta mow. So I have been mowing, but this is the second time that a mower guy's come. The first time they did say they asked for it, but they also said that they'd send someone just to thin it down so that it's manageable. But yeah, prompted is the issue, right? Because everything requires notice, and this is not notice. But still, I'll take the free mow. Secure-wise, there's nothing in the front or back, and again, it's not our property, so it is just annoying because it is very loud. Because he's got a ride on. Oh, he also doesn't take the trimmings, which sucks. Because we're like in a very warm top part of Australia, so it grows crazy, especially when you leave the trimmings and they just free mulch. And then it makes my little normal mower shitty to use because I have to push through all the trimmings. Yeah, so you take this and then you run the normal setups. Again, 2 gold here, a little bit of block. So that lets you re-equip 2. I mean, maybe you could make big aggro work. Because the resource from Vest definitely really helps. But then again, it's on the second attack. You don't really chain too much together. There's definitely going to be fun combos to take in Cheyenne. Oh, sounds like he's finishing up. Hopefully we don't get someone. Oh, we got Uzari. Don't need to change the deck. It's not the same one as before, maybe. Scale Peeler this time. And no, different. Right, different name, Rambles. Do a Codex straight away. So it's kind of worth going for it. Also basically just opt and wait. See if we get any buff attacks. Another Codex. No, this put something into Arsenal. We'll put the Pitfall Trap. Reel in and more traps. We want them two to the top, I think. So we go top, 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 top. Yeah, and we just play defensive and then wait a turn before we go on the aggressive. And I took the Buzzsaw so we can reel in off the Buzzsaw for max. And we know we're getting at least 2 traps off of it. I suppose I could just do it for 1 because I know I'm getting a trap. 2. This could go well. I could also very much botch it. So, yeah. We'll see. Hurl. See if this impedes what they're deciding to do. We can still reel in at the end, so I could wait just 1 more turn as well. They got rid of Surgical. They are trying to play other stuff. What are you trying to play? Just swing? Equipment, that's fine, we don't defend with that much equipment. I'm gonna take the 1. Means we can't use Perch Grapplers this turn, but that's not a big deal. They just swing with the 2 weapons? I can see that being their play. Yeah, Spider Bite. It's more worth holding the traps. We'll just take the 2 damage. We should have enough defense for the long game. Right, yeah, we just pass. Stick Pendulum Trap in the arsenal. That way we still have Buzzsaw Trap for real in. We can go Pendulum, Tripwire, reel in. Which is probably overkill, because it seems like they're death by many small cuts. We'll see. So opening with the weapon this time. Is it worth? I feel like they'd have worse hit effects. I'm going to get rid of the Perch. Now I don't really have to worry about Scale Peeler. I really don't want to be taking this much damage, because if they just dagger us and we never use traps. They go sink below, so that's kind of a nice time for us to attack. Feels like we go on the aggressive next turn. Means we just use Pendulum. And maybe it's a reaction they're holding. Maybe they just have nothing. What are they trying to do? Is they waiting till we lose our hand? So if we mask, we pitch the Buzzsaw Trap, we keep Tripwire. No, because we have to discard one as well. We discard the tripwire with it. Well, not discard, shuffle. They mean different things, so I gotta be used to saying different things. Well, if they're not gonna go aggressive, we gotta. Really, go into the arsenal, because we're not playing Codex this turn. Eight with dominates. We know one sink blows on the bottom. So there's a decent chance that this gets through. Maybe. We definitely would like the extra cards. Ah, they're running traps. Interesting. It's very interesting for Uzari. So they have access to the, well, the 3. So 6 traps. Are they running all of them? Wow. Did we get baited? I can't remember if inertia is discard. If it's discard, then we use reel in anyway. Wait, what? Why aren't they using inertia? Oh, right, because they only get 1. No, I'm confused now. Okay. Inertia was much worse there. Because it actually procced. I'm very confused what just happened. Penalty is active because it does go again. We kind of just want time to recover. See, this is the best thing in FaB. When you come across a deck like this where you have no idea what they're doing, you get confused. And that really shakes up what you're doing yourself. But it works wonders. But I want to get rid of reel in so I can Memorial Ground and Tome. I kind of do, yeah. But I think it's just a naked reel in. Keep the hand size, keep the traps. Maybe get lucky. Oh, look at that. We did get lucky. So. So a little bit of recovery, and then a nourishing for the turn after. I think if we didn't have traps, if we had buffs, then I'd Codex. I feel like taking the 2 damage isn't a big deal. So their token, Uzari, which I don't think really works that well, because it's just not a great deal of synergy. What do we pitch? Golgan's more prevalent, so I'm going to pitch away the tripwire. There's the other Codex, that's kind of annoying. We still draw back, correct? So it is good to pitch. And oddly, I'm going to pitch the 2 Codexes. No. I'll pitch 1 Codex away. And we definitely want Codex back. And into the arsenal goes nothing. Because we're trying to attack next turn. And we don't want to gunk it. Unfortunately. Oh, that's very rough. Yeah, so they're just super reactive like us. Very, very curious deck. Do they run any sort of attack cards? They ran Surgical Extraction. Ravenous Rabble. So they're in a mostly red deck. You're just poking us to death. There we go, there's some damage. It's just Blood Rot again. I have to take it, unfortunately. But they're not running Contract really to recycle. I suppose that's why they take the Flick Knives. And they're not really using Stealth, so why wouldn't you be Arachne? Shakedown, I guess? Don't overthink it. Let's attack. Oh, right, it's only if it's defended. Interesting. Problem is, we haven't gotten any of our buffs, so a 6 isn't that great. At least we can Codex it back next turn. And then we only have 2 block. So with a Sink Below, if it was in their arsenal, or a trap, they're fine. I assume they'd have a trap now, although, yeah, an inertia doesn't really work. It's inertia, right? They kept it? Wasn't really paying attention if they cycled it around. No, they... Wait, what? They did use inertia trap, but it didn't work. Anyway, there's Plunder Run. Yeah, so they're just trying to stack up Blood Rot. Plunder Run is played from the arsenal, so we have to play it from the arsenal. So as long as I use 2 traps, we're fine. Doesn't ever go again. We need to get rid of the red. Codex is a -1, so as long as we have a blue. Yeah. Plunder Run goes to the arsenal for a buff. We do take the Blood Rot damage, which does suck. Ooh, and we didn't have enough block. What happens? So if I use Plunder Run, no, it's dumb, but it's real in and try and get traps. No, there's no upside to that. Never mind. There's no upside to that. If I use Tar Pit, then I can't really attack this turn. Right, because discard. So it's whether or not I want to take 4 to trade. Because they have to, they're just going to pick Blood Rot over and over again. Because that's their form of damage. Yeah. Begin. I'm gonna mute. Okay. I can never remember which way it goes. So we'll just pass, and hopefully the ponder goes first. No. We'd only avoid one anyway. You read left to right. I can't tell you how much that annoys me. Every time. I just get completely confused by it. Go again is more prevalent. What? By now, they should understand what we're doing. But they're just trying to swing with frailty active. I'm very confused by them. I mean, our turn is basically just remembrance back to nourishing. And the codex. And maybe a memorial ground. And then we still have 3 traps to play. Alright, no memorial ground. Plunder run? Plunder run. Take the buff. Do I swing? Nah. We like our traps. They must be new. But if they're running tokens, surely they understand what they all do. I mean, we're basically just swinging. Next attack action card, next attack action card. Yeah, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so we want Blood Rot on the left. That is the first trigger. Doesn't shuffle though. People like inertia more if it's shuffled. Maybe. I feel like we can probably just get them from burn damage. Maybe. I'm just going to reel in for 3. I'm swapping it out anyway. Into... And here it's banished top card of their deck. And they're using Flick Knives too. Was this... I mean, neither is really good against us, I suppose. Main thing was we want to put tripwire into the arsenal. I mean, they probably pay for it anyway. But that means we can get the pitfall damage. Well, it depends what they pitch. I suppose we do tripwire first, see what they pitch. They care about the hit effects? We still see what they do. So let it hit, so I'm not going to play pitfall. Activated reaction is chain, that works too. And save the other two. Right? Or I guess, no, yeah, Uzari's counts. Plus the flick knives anyway. So we want to clench with the pitfall traps. I don't want to use it now. They either use the tunic or they cycle away. So we'll just play defensively. I don't even think we swing. Do we swing? Do we keep the pressure up? Nah, because there's greater than's a decent chance. Yeah, especially if we don't draw into other traps. Now at least we can do 3. We need the nourishing back though. Oh, there's some healing. That's unfortunate. At least we can swing with Remembrance next turn. Into CNC. Ah, they got us. Fine, we'll take the 6. That was my bad. I should defend against the Dominate for that exact reason. But then they could have swapped into something else, I suppose. So I'm guessing they still have 1. They have so many good attacks, yet they spent so long naked swinging for 0 and trying to just get the dot effects against us. I guess they knew we were doing traps, so they didn't want to overcommit. They're waiting until we run our traps. But then they don't realize we run every trap. Something like that. Either way, if we see Dominate, just play the traps. Play the traps straight away. Give me Nourishing, thank you. Right, so Nourishing Warmongers, we only need to keep 1 blue. We're happy. We take the 1. We're not in range of flick knives yet. But I'm going to say no, we don't. We play the Buzzsaw. Because we can always play Collapsing with the Tripwire, depending on what else they do. You know what? That's wrong. Collapsing, because we get the burn damage. And they discard their hand. Which means we could also do Tripwire. No, because it's not the damage one. And this shuts down anything else they're doing. Yeah, they didn't like that, I think. Shredding for 4. They still get the 1 through. Does that matter to us? Suppose no, because we're still just pushing damage. At least this way they take the 1. Yeah, so we just play super defensively. This does not feel like Blitz. I will say that, though. Doesn't matter where it goes. This should put them in range for burn damage. As long as we draw the right traps. And then if... Oh, sink. Only take 2. Still 3 is pretty decent. We do want everything to trigger. We don't have Nourishing in there, so I'm actually going to block with... Do I block with the Codex? Do I block with Premeditate? We just bank on trap damage, so I think I do block with the Premeditate. Or is Codex too slow at this point? You know what, maybe Codex is too slow at this point. I can also just play the Moral Ground to Rock Slide. Guess that works too. No, I'm blocking with the Premeditate. They shred again, then we can do other shenanigans. Yeah, saving all the good attacks for last. I mean, if they... It all comes down to if they draw the other CNC, because I assume they run 2, versus if we draw Nourishing. Because Nourishing, at this point, probably clenches it. Especially if I had kept the Premeditate instead of the Codex. But my thinking is one more swing. Yeah, so it has Dominate, so no matter what, we go crazy on this one. Eh? Oh, because it's on the defense reaction step. God, do we think this is Command & Conquer? So even if it is Command & Conquer, then Codex doesn't matter. There's only 2 block. Yeah. Don't let it be Command & Conquer. Don't let it end like this. It's gonna end like this, isn't it? No. Knowing that we're not getting the damage across, though. But I gotta keep Rockside Trap for when it's more effective. I think we just burn the Memorial Ground, right? Because we need more block. Almost burn both. We get a Ponder token. And they get a Frailty token. And that in itself is kind of good. But we'll swing. If we didn't have a trap in our arsenal, then it would have been right to actually just use the Codex to get a Ponder token. The second CNC's got to be close. In which case 3 doesn't matter. We have Whispers. Whispers is good. 5 block. We can survive. Greater than reaction and a free 1 damage. The Spider Bite has Go Again. We don't have anything that has Go Again. So we just block with the Whispers, I think. Save the Codex again once the arsenal clears to get a Ponder token. There's Nourishing. So there's a chance we can win. Right, because at the worst we just do Nourishing off of Codex. The 6 would dominate. We've got 1 burn damage here. You probably get the Spike Pit Trap for burn damage as well. Frailty, it's fine. They're swinging first. They also just block with the Codex instead. And save the Spike Pit Trap to play the Nourishing. Or go defensive. I think that works out better. Blood Rot is what they should have picked. In my opinion. I mean, Infiltrate doesn't really matter. It's the swap out to CNC that really hurts. Maybe I should have used... Well, no, Nourishing again doesn't matter. Don't be CNC. CNC, isn't it? Ah, I can play them straight away. Well, they used a reaction, so definitely play that. Just get the burn damage above all else. And I'll just play that in case it is CNC. Are we meant to be shown the card? And the card vanishes way face up. Yeah, you are. No. Wait, what? Are we meant to see? I feel like we're meant to see from reading that. But I can't see, so I don't know. Is it Humble? Yes, that's the badge note. No? It doesn't really matter what goes into the arsenal. Well, the Inertia Trap. Ah! Because of the trap. Cool. What does it do? Spike Pit. Top card of their deck in the graveyard, they lose X, where X is the number of cards in their graveyard with that name. And they just had so many copies of Isolate. Well, that was very fun. Not Blitz, by the least, right? At a 30-minute game time. I'm actually surprised they took longer than us. That's curious. But with that, they'll do me. So, anyone hanging around, thank you. Anyone watching in post, thanks as well. Hope you enjoyed the games. I'm having a blast with both decks. We got wins with both, which is always great, especially the Riptide one. So again, I do honestly feel like the Riptide is a very decent deck in both Blitz and Classic Constructed, right? It's well, probably the best Fatigue deck at the moment. Again, with the exception of you get CNC, you get Exude Confidence, you get anything that denies defense reactions. But in the right hands, they could probably tweak it so it's actually tanky regardless of the traps. And then you just rely on Nourishing. Right, so if you got the mental space, it's definitely a good deck. But we'll leave it there. So, hope you enjoyed. See ya.